like coming into this, I wasn't sure who was going to win the series.
Yeah.
Like I don't feel strongly either way. Vertigo is going to be a weird one. It could be. There's every chance it could be a 2-0. I don't know how confident I feel, but we don't have long to wait because we're into it. Dig are starting on the T side with a big focus towards A already. Nice to see some Vertigo being played. Seen a lot of it recently, actually. Seems to be growing in popularity, I dare say.
Yeah.
Not that I think it's anyone's favorite map, but if it's where you win, it's where you win.
I think it's a map where you can keep things simple as well. There's a few simple things that work fairly well, but we'll go into that in a bit more detail later on as the push does come through the side alley and up the A ramp, and bomb's going to go down. There's nothing that can be done against that for the time being. It's got to be the headshots here for Cloud9. They've managed to take down Get Right. Guardian just barely.
Got shot in the ankle.
Yeah, Sonic somehow connected that one. And now there's a problem because there's a lot of numbers that Cloud9 can swing onto the A ramp with if they want.
though. Double HE's being deployed. So there was a plan there. They've just gone on where they went. They're just spamming. He just about found the booty to take JT out, who started well, got his first kill in the first round, which is nice considering his cold start in the previous game. So that was an interesting pistol. I'd love to see more of those from Dignitas.
Yep.
Post-plant, 2 of the 3 players had HE grenades, which maybe was for... I didn't see where they went, but definitely had a very long game in mind for that one. Dignitas starting on the right foot. We'll see if they can continue that way. We saw some resets in the previous round. Just saw that grenade kill on the kill feed from Exist. But anyway, enough about that. Got some counter grenades from the T side on the ramp. Maybe just stop a rush or something. Just deny information. T's could be on either side now.
I like this sort of B stack from Cloud9. They also got some info towards A ramp already as well. So they're kind of putting their eggs in that B basket with the Deagles, which makes sense. They've got some smokes and flashes to delay things as well. And in this matchup, I'm really curious mid is going to go between these two teams. Mid tends to be a really important position to control in terms of making sure your opponents can't get flanks on you. It's kind of a flank control. Alright, so Cloud9 have successfully burned about 50 seconds off the clock here, James.
Ooh, these HE grenades, boy. Alright, these guys have got some grenades for Vertigo. Love to see detailed use of HEs. 45 seconds on the clock. Forrest didn't mean to do that, but it's not the biggest giveaway in the world. Someone lurking on B stairs. But now time's starting to get of the essence.
Oh dear.
They're cutting numbers out there, which is important. So as you can see, JT's been taken away. Still a big presence towards the B bomb site. Guardian makes his way in towards A. He was lurking there that entire time. Again, he put the smokes up initially. So it seems that crisis might be averted as Dig make their way towards the B bomb site. The bomb is in tow. Now time's running low, but there's no one there to stop the plant from happening.
It's a huge shame for Cloud9. I think that JT was so deep as to find contact and die, because obviously at that point, Dig actually they needed something like that to have happen, because the whole map became a gamble to them. They didn't really have info, and they weren't playing hard for info. It's not like they sent Guardian or Get Right with the SMGs in really forward positions to try to find out where the stacks were. So Dig were kind of walking around a bit confused, but that kill changed everything. After that, they realized that was a good bet to go towards the A bomb site. The rotation just instantly happens. That's the kill.
I used to walk around building sites like this when I worked in commercial real estate. Talking about layouts of offices and things.
Did you wear a hard hat?
Yeah. Nice. Well, I didn't wear it. It just sat on top of my head because I've got a big head, so the normal human might wear a hard hat. I just placed one that rests on top of my head. Yeah. Provides minimal safety.
So like Adabisi from Oz with the hard hat?
Yeah. Another mostly clean eco round here from Cloud9. Looks like they'll be active this time. There was a pop flash. It's now history. Looks like there'll be a boost, but nothing too crazy is happening here.
That's pretty cool.
So we'll see how Dignitas deal with this. Moving in, they've still got these very successful Mac 10s from the previous rounds, and so many USPs facing them. Ooh, no. Didn't think Floppy would make it out of there. JT Last man spotted, last man to fall. All is well. First buy round coming up.
A couple kills, not too bad. So now we'll get to see, okay, you know, what is Cloud9's style on the CT side? Some teams like to go really hard and lock down a ramp, but I think it tends to be, generally speaking, a good move. Obviously, the map has received so many changes over time. That's either strengthened that or weakened that. And obviously, one of the things that weakened it was how they changed the dynamics of that. There's kind of sandbags on the A ramp itself, like the cement bags, whatever they are. They see like this exploitable, this gap which you could exploit this as CTs. You can see not too heavy of a commit towards the A ramp. Nice pick from Freiburg. He's going to push forwards, gets caught on the movement up the stairs, and that will be equalized on. He wanted to get that quick space for his team. He will be denied. Oh dear.
Careful, that's real dangerous work.
It's a big miss, that one.
And again, this is a rough spot because Guardian again is just basically lurking with no communication because it's in Swedish. So it's very, very interesting times in that respect. Something that has to be, you have to bear in mind. OC creeping beyond the smoke. We're reaching that minute mark. The shadow is there. He's got that early information to get a cheap kill and fall back. Unable to respond our dig. And again, they're falling to pieces now. First buy round comes in from Cloud9 and they seem to be winning it with strength. This was the case in the latter stage of Train, and at least in the first buy round here it seems to be as well. A lot of dry peeking, which is giving Cloud9 opportunities to get a cheeky one and fall back. And you need to trade those. You need to trade those situations. One of the main advantages of the T side is your numbers advantage and any choke point as you approach, but that really hasn't been the case here. Super dry from Exist as he tries to get something done, but he's unable to.
Yeah, it's an interesting one because, you know, Freiburg did get that opening kill, and he went to try to get more control and get up at the top of the stairs, which would have been really powerful. And he gets caught, he gets punished by Floppy. That's okay though, you know. I like that Freiburg decided in that moment that he could try to gamble to get some position for his team after getting the kill. And it goes for 4v4. At that point, you can just reset the situation. They're still in a favorable position, but as you say, lots of dry peeking. Looks a little bit aimless in that sense. We'll have to see if that tightens up. Cloud9 have a great opportunity to begin stringing rounds together.
Yes, again, as far as A is concerned, Guardian's job is to essentially lurk here while they focus on places elsewhere. It'll be interesting to see what happens when they want to make a play towards A in the early stage. Forrest able to lower his elevation very quickly in response to that flashbang. That'll give him some idea of what the setup is. Cloud9 being very aggressive around the smoke grenade. A boost is here. Get right, not ready for it after all. I'm not sure how OC got that one. I thought that was free.
Yes, yeah, that should not happen. That's a rough one for Get Right. Unfortunate. Okay, he could be in a lot of trouble if they have a flashbang for his position. Look at the punish. That's possible. Okay, Guardian will get the kill. I was very afraid for him for a moment there. But OC, looking towards Guardian, will not account for players coming up towards the top. And JT can't quite see over the flames there. I've got to say, the particle effects above the flames are extremely annoying in this game.
35 seconds to get this bomb planted. That's a big kill for Guardian. Got himself a nice upgrade with AWP. Now it's a 4 versus 2. And it seems that Cloud9 might give up on this one. There are some players, or people in general, who have a bind to switch the weapon model from the right side to the left side. And I think Guardian's AK was blocking his vision of Sonic there as he came around that corner. So if he had one of those switches to the left side, I think he would have seen Sonic a lot earlier than that. So it's funny, the little edges you can have in this game. The odd player plays with the model primarily held in the left hand as opposed to the right hand, but again, around some angles like that, it could really help you. But there we go, Dignitas back to winning ways. MOTM and Floppy trying to hold on. Guardian did a good job of lurking there. And I guess, I mean, maybe there's the odd English com here or there, like, you know, the level of urgency is raised and it's time to try and make something happen on that A bomb site. But if they realise Guardian is just lurking there as part of the default, I do wonder if maybe we'll see something more aggressive from Cloud9. Maybe even in a round such as this.
Yeah. They do get full rifles out, so they're pretty happy with that, I'm sure. And Dig kind of just slow and steady, making it work. But again, something we saw on the first map is that Dig got a good start, but then things got out of hands over time. We'll have to hold the fort because here's a forward position from OTM. He's been tagged by the Molotov. I think they must know that he's here now. Element of surprise, well and truly gone. He's trying to get out of this position, able to punish 1 and 2. Oh my goodness, that actually worked out wonderfully for MOTM somehow. So they're in a 4v3 now. Dig have lots of time to reset the situation. And Guardian, as you said, James, that lurk on a ramp once more.
Yeah, and I feel like you could almost expect it if you're a C9 player now. You get some kills elsewhere on the map, you'd have to expect that Guardian has to be more aggressive now. But he'll still find success. Sonic's been taken out once again. He's got JT creeping, no, he'll swing at the right time and take Guardian out as he deploys multiple grenades towards the A-bomb site, trying to pull a rotation. As you can see, the main push is coming in towards B. MOTM, he's been playing really well for Cloud9, I feel like, and now he's got a bigger job to do. 2 kills so far, looking for a 3rd and a 4th. Get right moving in for the bomb plant. Exist taken out. There's no defense. Coming off the bomb, no bonus. MOTM with 4 on the B bomb site, shutting it down for Cloud9.
Yeah, that is quite the performance. And what has it done to the economics of Dig here? They aren't looking too hot. They can get a force buy out if they really want to and do something faster. That is an option for them. And some teams, I think, would want to do that because they, you can reliably understand that Cloud9's economy in this situation is weak. If you win this round against Cloud9, you reset them, and then you can have a chance at taking momentum away and having it for yourself. And that's what they're going to go for here. It's going to be a force buy. They aren't... Wow, they haven't prioritized any grenades here with this buy. They have almost no utility, so it's going to be very interesting to see how this one actually works out for Dig with no utility. MOTM creeping. Oh, he's absolutely juked. It seems like Freiburg knows he's there, but MOTM, he will get taken down. Ooh. Freiburg unable to make the double happen. And notice he gets that ever critical trade.
So close. So many slight margins for both sides. I feel like on Train A, mostly went to Cloud9 in the important rounds, the late rounds. There's a boost for Dig. 2 of the 4 players for Cloud9 around B. Cloud9 being very, very active around the map. Pop flash for Sonic as he looks for that lurker in Guardian, who he's not so deep as he normally has been. Now, is that an indicator? I think it is. JT seems to be rotating towards that B bomb site, so they know the lack of activity from Guardian towards A might be a tell here for Cloud9. So it'll be a 4 versus 3 on the B bomb site, but when? It's so quiet. Nobody wants to get that first information away, and again, it's just the dry jiggles once more. There's only 1 man with grenades, but the shadows will be a problem. This shadow comes out first, goes for the crouch pick, there's a swing, but Floppy's here to deal with it as well. The expectation has delivered for Cloud9, and now Guardians alone versus 3 players, 20 seconds to deliver. That bomb's far away as well. Looks like he's going for the elimination. OC stuck on the site. JT and Sonic in the back. Who's going to swing first now? 10 seconds, and maybe it's time for Guardian to fall back. Otherwise, he might die after time.
Yeah, they surely will stop looking to push him as well. He's got to be close. And looking for that swing. Where is Guardian? They won't find him, though. 3-4. It's like Cloud9 is stabilizing. It looks like it's really happening now. Really great defense from OC, and also Floppy, because he's getting the double here. Very nicely done. And the question is what the answers will be for Dig when they get those 4 buys back up and running. Obviously, Guardian did not get any money. He managed to save his AK and armor and everything, so they're going to go with that and see if they can make something happen off the back of the hero AK as they make their way towards the A ramp. But look at this defense here. There's 3 players to answer this for Cloud9.
Head of the curve, Cloud9. Starting to wonder if I made a mistake picking a 4-man team with a stand-in. And Swedish comms versus the 5-man squad of Cloud9. Advancing now. Trying to use the numbers game. Who's taking the bullet for the president, though? That is the question. Well, Freiburg will take the first one. Guardian's here with the AK, using the numbers where he can. But those numbers will start to fall now. And Forrest, always a good, consistent performer for Cloud9, is left alone with the P250. JT with an off angle. There's a grenade, and doesn't corner quite enough. Desperate situation. Had to take shortcuts. 4-4. 3 rounds of the last 4. 4 rounds from the last 5, in fact, for Cloud9. So momentum's firmly in their favor.
Yeah, it really is. But I feel like there's a lot. well, and again, I don't know how well prepared Dig are for Vertigo right now, but I feel like there's a lot that we haven't seen. We've seen a lot of kind of just slow rounds looking for picks off of the back of defaults and so on, but we really haven't seen too many set pieces on either bomb site, and we haven't seen heavier mid-control takes and so on. And that mid-control is really cool because it can split up the bomb sites really effectively. You can isolate the A defenders away from the B defenders. And on top of that, you're also, as I mentioned previously, you control the flanking too, which is kind of a big deal. So we'll see if those are some differences that are to come for Dig. But it feels like this is the time now, James. Something new in the playbook has to come out now.
And this can't be a gimmick pick. They've got to dig deep, no pun intended, and find something to turn things around, because it really hasn't felt like they've been in control of this match of late. Got those annoying smoke grenades towards A ramp once again, as well as B, although there are gaps to be played with as a flashback. Friedberg makes his way out, but MOTM's behind them. Just racking up the kills now as MOTM. Around those stairs, very much in charge. Dig lurking elsewhere. Now they're 4 versus 5. Now they're 3 versus 5. Guardian's taken out as well. And once more, he's the lurker. And I feel like Cloud9 are getting more and more aggressive with his position. Because, if I'm not mistaken, I feel like every buy round has only been Guardian on A ramp. So I think Cloud9 are realizing that there's a weakness here.
Yeah, it does seem to be the case. And one thing that Cloud9 have been good at is, in the early round, shutting down these stairs. These B stairs. As you can see, Forrest dying on them as well. And Cloud9 have those forwards, flashbangs and smokes to try to get MOTM in a deep position. MOTM has rifle support. That's been pretty solid. And in the big opening of the rounds, the A ramp has been difficult as well. You can see there's forward smokes in that position as well, just in the replay there with JT spamming his way through it. And even mid control here. So basically being shut out of every single position. It's not looking good here for Dig. It's looking rather difficult.
Yeah, that's a rough one. They really need to change something. So what happens in the next 5 rounds? Do they play towards A? Is that expected by Cloud9? Some kind of difference? We've got a sprayed here, some flashbangs, but get right will make it to the gun at the very least. Cloud9 have been good with the angles with shadows as well to give them the early advantage. In a lot of those situations, we've seen those early peaks. So the dry peaks from Dig, and indeed Freiburg will make it a 4 versus 3, and now they bunch up and start to head towards that A bomb site, which has only one player to defend it in Sonic.
So that's the AWP though, and he's got a good line of sight, and he's going to spot the push, so he can potentially delay this. Is that good?
Oh my god!
That's nasty.
Show me the money. Who said the casinos were closed, man? He just got the 3-7s on that one. He's been taken out though. A unlikely round seems to be coming the way of Dignitas as Get Right delivers 2 AK kills on the B bomb site. Freiburg again with the Deagle. Feels like he's angry. Score is tied.
It's funny because Cloud9 seem to be... There's been a few moments when you think a round is really a sure thing for them, that's the one that they lose. But in the buys versus buys, they seem consistent. So it's unfortunate for them that it works out that way, but ultimately, again, they've been looking like the better team so far. And that question that we were talking about, James, that something has to change. Well, we're going to see if that's the case in this round.
Well, Exist seems to be maybe coming with Guardian. Get Right's taken out immediately. Another thing is that I feel like Cloud9 are getting a lot of the opening kills in these rounds. I feel like we're seeing lots of 4 versus 5s for Dig. Bearing in mind, most of the time when it's a 4 versus 5, 3 of those players are speaking one language, whereas one is just creeping and playing for himself, essentially, as he has to. You can see Guardian once again lurking towards the ramp. JT, I think, waiting for a flashbang or just doing what he wants. He's got a teammate in tow. But yeah, Cloud9, I feel like are comfortable in many cases. They don't really have too much reason to be uncomfortable. They should see that the AWP has gone. And again, it's a shooting gallery. It's a shooting range here on A. Now, there is a heightened focus at this point, but there's only 3 players left. JT's taken out. They know Sonic is the one who's warping on the ramp, so they know that someone else should be here.
Yeah, and you see Forrest kind of pre-firing the side alley, and that's where you may expect that second player to be as well. And in fact, Sonic is rotating towards that position. That's a more defensible position in many respects. Usually the teams would want to throw some utility there to either prevent a peek from that position as you take a ramp, or to try to help you jockey for position as you look to eventually be able to overrun the side alley yourself. So slow and steady does it here for Dig as they start clearing positions. But they can't be too slow here. They've only got 20 seconds to plant the bomb. Oh, that flash is actually missed. Sonic completely fine. Oh, this is going to be tough. Oh, the line up there. Not quite good enough. OC only gets the one off the spray. And now there's a chance here. 10 seconds to plant. They've got enough time. Floppy's going to make his way past the molly. Oh, that spray. So close. Forrest holding the line in the 2v2. Orb shot whiffed. Chances now for Cloud9.
He knows where one of the players is. There's the cover. Nobody on the bomb just yet. MOTM though. Went with his 1v1, so Dig, it looks rough for them. Starting off pretty much 4 versus 5. Get Right was taken out very, very quickly. And with 3 left fighting on the ramp, they managed to turn things around. Very difficult though on the T side here for Dig, but they're still in the lead for now. 6 rounds of 11 at present, and it looks like they've put Cloud9 on the pistol, so they could even have a strong finish to this half.
Yeah, and I have to say, I feel like I'm completely in the dark. I mean, tell me if you feel the same way. I feel like I'm completely in the dark in terms of what to expect from Cloud9's T side on this map right now.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Not sure what to expect. Maybe the CT side will be the best for them in terms of comfort, because again, the rounds they win, it feels like it's very comfortable, but that's all said and done. Now they're on only pistols. And this is rough. Dig have to be targeting 10 rounds now. If they can use this momentum, build something on these rounds where Cloud9 have nothing. So quiet in these rounds of Vertigo. Dig with 1 molly. They've got smokes and flashes though. And Exist has got a pretty good spot. Just waiting for Cloud9 to make a proactive play, as you'd want to in a round such as this. And again, with no flashes, just a dry peek. So, but look at that. Instantly dinking. Forrest will clean up though, and now he's in the red as well. And Dig's starting to back off, but they've got no position elsewhere. So what is their plan here? Freiberg will lead the charge. Forrest and Guardian are pretty low, and timing starting to get low as well. This could end in disaster again.
It would necessitate a gun to be picked up by Cloud9, with which they've yet to do. And, oh, there's a trade. Sonic, can he get the gun? Oh, if he had the P250 out, he gets the kill, but Floppy certainly will. He's going for it with the USP. They are very, very weak. 1 headshot for either player now, and Floppy can win this clutch. Headshot apiece, and it's Guardian with a headshot at the P250. That was indeed a little bit too close for comfort, as Dig do instead pull it over the line, and maybe they'll be moving into comfort here.
Yeah, that was a nervous one, but it's a successful one. And the half is almost over. These peaks, though, were really, really nice with the pistols. It was so clean, that first kill. 3 rounds in a row now for Dignitas. Cloud9 straight back into buying territory. AWP once again for Sonic. 4 M4A4s on deck. A good level of grenades. No defuse kits, but they haven't been of too much concern this half so far. Cloud9 have been fragging out. Doesn't feel like they've only got 5 rounds, but that is the situation. Again, Exist is down to 4 HP carrying the bomb at the moment. There has been a war of attrition around the map. MOTM inviting an exchange. Again, so close to the smoke, if you're firing with those traces, it's going to be easier for them to respond. Freiberg now 50 HP.
And now things start to quiet. Actually finding a headshot with his lurk there, that lovely stuff. And this gets awkward for Cloud9. They've got 3 grenades, a smoke and 2 flashbangs. Not very much to defend with. So they'd really like, I think, to prevent the bomb from even going down. And here's a 2-man push. Use the numbers. Don't have the nades, but they can at least trade that kill. But they're at a man disadvantage, so you can't trade your way to success entirely. And now the rotation towards A is certainly being heard by the CTs. They'll make their way across. But again, they don't really have utility to stop this. If they had at least 1 smoke, that would make the world of difference.
They know JT, if they're paying attention, they know JT is often on the A-bomb site when needed as well, and he starts to make some steps. I think he saw the backpack on Guardian, caught a grenade in his hand. Is the trade here? Almost got to be real careful. Get his 4 HP Exist now with the bomb looking to trade there, and he's the only person left. 10 seconds to plant the bomb. He's got to commit to this, and he's in a crossfire. This is all but guaranteed for Cloud9. This is really At this point, got to be guaranteed for him. Going for elimination. He's got no time to plant the bomb now. And the last player is going towards the ramp. He's got 1 second. He's not going to make it. And Cloud9 have stolen a round.
That is quite the steal, and it's certainly a steal that was needed. They were really starting to find that footing. That got so awkward there. Just things slowing down ever too much. And I feel like Guardian's doing a pretty good job at the role that he has, as you described it. James just kind of like lurking around, trying to find picks. And a lot of this Dig's T side has been about just getting these picks, getting these 1v1s, playing these slower rounds. They're not executing that much. Not many set pieces on either bomb site. Some teams like to throw that B set piece in, or you don't necessarily execute into the side off of it, or obviously there's all sorts of set pieces you can do when you have A ramp control. Sonic finding a cheeky kill through the smoke there. That's nasty.
Yeah, you really got to be careful about people looking over the smoke. Exists. That's a very important trade though. But there's still JT to deal with. Now there's a response from Cloud9 on the B area. MOTM will trade the frag, so they keep position. 3-on-3 though, with a minute on the clock. Who does this favor? I feel like it's always been a struggle for Dig, even though they're in the lead. 2 Creeks and the AK exist low once again. And again, there's just a lot of walking, not much in the terms of sounds. I mean, you can hear most things from everywhere, so it really limits how much running you can do around the map without revealing like your whole plan to your opponent, which does make it pretty dry on Vertigo. The odd jiggle. Not sure if Forest used much of anything here. 40 seconds. Dig starting to congregate quietly, moving together as they must. And again, you see that second player from Cloud9 rotating towards that B bomb site. JT content with the amount of information he has. It's a very well-timed smoke grenade.
There we go. There's those set nades. Trying to find his way past it. Oh, that's OC is going to have an opportunity as well. MOTM gets himself a double, leaving Forest alone. 10 seconds to find the remaining players. He's going to find damage on JT, but there's a backstab from OC. OC played it slow and steady, and that's what did it in this round. 7-7. Cloud9 win a couple back. And again, I don't know what amount of rounds is enough on this first half for either team.
Very much in the dark here.
Really don't know.
See what they are able to produce in this round. AK was being picked up by Guardian, thrown to Forest. He has been the high performer for Dig, so he'll take the AK. He'll lead by example. He's got the pistoling players to swing for him in a position if necessary. And Forest is taken out immediately. Well, there's the AK gone. Rescued by Get Right. One of the 3 players remaining with armor. Guardian took that sacrifice. He's in DAPS mode, dropping the rifle for his teammates. Who will lead at half-time? Probably Cloud9. But we saw some deagles from Freiburg before. Again, Cloud9 aggressive on A ramp, looking to flush out these pesky Ts.
All that FAMAS looking pretty good here for JT. He's going to be able to escape. His Sonic will also decide to fall back a little bit, just giving up some space for the Ts as they get additional damage. So no position is for free for Dig at this point. They're going to take damage or lose players entirely. Starting to push their way forwards. What they're doing is highly telegraphed, and you can see that Cloud9 are very well set up to deal with it. Nice kill from Freiburg on the trade, but there's too many CTs here, and it's going to be an 8-7 finish on the first half in favor of Cloud9. And again, I'm really not sure which way this one's going to go, James.
Yeah, it's really unclear with this pick of Vertigo, who has the biggest advantage here in terms of score. But I mean, in terms of people on the server, Cloud9 feel stronger the way they're winning the rounds, but we'll find out what's going to happen in the second half after the break.
Autofull, gaming chairs for pro teams.
back, ladies and gents, to Flashpoint 1. We're about to kick off the second half between Cloud9 and Dig, and it's 8-7. Cloud9 leading by 1 round.
Slides in front of me. So we're supposed to have our cables like behind our shoulders, right? So it looks all clean and tidy. But the thing just determined to swing around all the time.
You get bigger, James. You need to get in the gym.
I need to put it on my bum. There we go. Now it's fine. No shoulders required. No one can go to a gym anymore, Dan. There's no gyms anymore.
The home gym.
Never mind the gyms. The home gym. All right, I'll try and... I prefer the squat thrusts, Dan. I need to get my ass in shape.
Well, maybe these two teams could say the same. Perhaps feeling a little bit shaky on this map, but they're both playing it. They've got to make this a W, and Garrett's going to find some action towards mid.
He's fishing. Nothing but boots so far. There's a lot of utility here for Dig. A lot of utility for a pistol round.
I like it. It won't matter if you die, though.
Yeah. You'll only drop 1 grenade. Get right is not yet running low on bullets. He's got 21. JT's the man fishing towards A. How this map has changed. A big advance now from Cloud9. They found a hole. Get right's been taken out. A lot of grenades lost. There's a HE from Exist. They love themselves some HEs on this map. But can they capitalize on this damage? Freiburg's been taken out by Floppy elsewhere. Oh, that's so smart. Respective observer as well. There goes the defuse kit. That is awesome.
I love that.
A nice touch for Vertigo, but not for Dig.
Oh my god, there's no rotation to catch that defuse kit, that's for sure.
Where's my kit in spawn? No, it's not. Yes, it is. It's there. It's on my body, but it's not. You told me it was there.
Oh,
now I'm dead.
God.
I got killed by MOTM. Protecting the not kit.
That's so cool.
Exist alone in a 1 versus 3. There's no kit to be seen unless you go to the bottom of the map. Floppy's taken out. He's got a smoke grenade, but 10-second defuse. He'd probably get knifed trying to go for it. He's got to find a frag. Zosi's close to the crossfire. Begins, but OC will be enough. Exist taken out, and the pistol goes to Cloud9.
You know what's funny is that, do you remember, like, have they changed the physics with the diffuse kits? Because I felt like you couldn't move them for a while. Like, you wouldn't be able to, like, do you remember, like, they get stuck and stuff?
I want to say yes, but I'm not 100% sure. I think so.
Oh, I think that's the first time I've seen that on Vertigo. So that's pretty cool. So thank you, Cloud9, for that. And we'll get a force buy out of Dig. So Exist has actually managed to cobble together enough money. He's broken the piggy bank and he's found himself an MP9. That's actually quite dangerous. There will be helmets for everybody on Cloud9, but the MP9 is just an extremely good gun. Honestly, if you nerfed it, it would still probably be really sick. $1,200, it's so good.
Ooh. Freiburg has lost early. Exist moves back. Swings with the MP9. Fast fire rate will certainly help. Forrest looking for something. Well, he will be a nuisance. Bomb being started quick on his Get Right. Wants to go a little further, but he doesn't. Going for the round win, not just the 1 frag. How can he make this position work for him? JT starting to fall back, fade away, flashbang. Smokes are up to cause problems for Cloud9 as they try to defend this bomb plant. Get Right from out of nowhere, just flying out of the sky. 4v2 now. Sonic has a nice angle while this smoke is up, but it won't be up forever. Multiple targets now, and OC with 44 HP, 1 Deagle, but the AK will do the job. And Dignitas are back.
They back. Nice round from them. God damn, they're already converting these force buys. I think Cloud9 have struggled to
Some of their biggest rounds, it feels like.
Yeah, I mean, and it changes everything. Now, Cloud9 are in a position where they have to force buy back. And it's rough, because if they lose this force buy round, are they actually going to do it, I wonder? Are they brave enough? Do you just allow the CTs to have a really good economy? Looks like they will allow it. They will allow it, because they're going for a save round here. Look at all the utility for Dig. Cloud9 are going to have to play a slow round, and I don't mean, you know, they're going to have to choose to do that. I don't think they're going to have the choice, because look at all these grenades coming in, locking down these choke points. Just explosions, fireworks going off there on the A side. Cloud9 chilling.
3 Deagles are the only thing of note here for Cloud9. And trying to burst with the numbers. Guardian lining them up. Exist, considering getting a bit aggressive, and that'll be a really nice cleanup, leaving Floppy alone now with the Desert Eagle. doing what he can, which is not much on this occasion. So now we go on a journey of discovery for Dig on their CT side. So far, so good. But again, once the buy round comes in for both teams, then things often dramatically change in favor of Cloud9. What do they have to offer? Galil's on their first buy round. Not a good sign, but it has been improved. Better armor penetration than the M4A4. So certainly something to be said for it. Not a terrible gun by any means. Get right, still rocking the Mac 10. Cheeky boy. Everyone's got a helmet on the other team. Floppy's taken out immediately. How does it feel now? Medicine does not taste great.
Alright, lots of time left. It's 4v4. It's a great spot to play from if you're a T side. You can see that the CTs have to give up forward positions in most places in these situations. On a typical map, you'd want to go for an info play eventually as the CTs, but this is not a typical map. It's Vertigo is very far from a typical map, and flashbangs will come in. Smokes will go down for the T side to get some position forwards. Need to find a way to plant this bomb. You can see the CTs will make a play. And there it is. There's the flashbang. So tentative between these two sides, OC and Exist. So close to jiggling into each other, but the jiggle will not be found. Sonic, meanwhile, will wrap his way around side alley, and that might trigger OC to go a bit deeper as they have two angles. But JT goes down, and they can't break this defense.
Not much oxygen in these choke points for Cloud9 at the moment. Two players remain. They've got no grenades. Very risky to plant this bomb, but they've got to go for it. 5 seconds. Get right creeps forwards. Alone. He's taken out. Now we've got more 1v1s. Not really swinging together here, Dig, and that's just changed dramatically. 4v4 to 4v2, sorry, to a 2v2. Very quickly indeed. Both players with a kit. There's a long rotation happening. Get right. Sorry, Freiberg trying to show some presence, but Exist is so far away. Such a long rotation for him. Oh my god, he's charging in like Rambo, but surely Exist has to speed up now. Oh, he's just about going to get there. That reload came in just in time. That was down to the wire, but it's Cloud9 on top. 4 versus 2. Just like Get Right just walked in alone. Then his teammate walked in and faced. Not really using the numbers advantage at all on that retake attempt.
Yeah, it's going to cost him. Cost them dearly, and again, what we've seen from Cloud9's T side especially, I would say, is they tend to, in the buy rounds, do very well in terms of trading, in terms of the tactical setups. I think everybody has Dig as favorites for this map in this series. So we'll see if that comes to light through the gameplay as well, not just the predictions. JT playing around the side alley. That 3-man setup here. Dig definitely feeling the pressure towards that A-bomb site. They even had a rotator ready to be there through CT. That's Forrest, who's going back to CT, looking after middle in case there was, you know, some kind of excursion by Cloud9 in middle, but there is not just yet. To rotate that bomb through to the A-bomb site eventually. So smoking that off. Oh, that's a big miss. This is a really important position side alley. Once you have that as a T side, it becomes a lot easier to push up a ramp.
1 minute on the clock. They're trying to run away, and that was disastrous time to pull the knife out. 3 unanswered frags from Cloud9. And then it's just Freiberg, just like that blink of an eye. Everyone's gone. Nobody responding on the radio. I mean, Cloud9 feel like a strong favorite at the moment to me.
It's looking that way, yeah. And one thing that's interesting here is that this is something I wanted to see more of Dig's T side, of just trying to, you know, if you put most of your players towards that A effort, get that A ramp control, try to get that side alley control, and then just move into the A bomb side, just keep it as simple as that. When I was talking earlier about how simple this map can be, you don't have to like have a lot, like loads of stuff prepared. There's a couple of things that just work pretty well, and that's one of them. Cloud9 here didn't even put 5 players towards that effort initially. They actually had one in in and around middle, and one sort of looking at any B pushes. So they were kind of, that looks like a default to me, because also that pressure on A is going to cause rotation. We actually saw that rotation on the radar. You know, we saw that Dig, they had 4 players effectively towards the A bomb site. So that actually gives Cloud9 a lot of options in the future if they set this precedent that they can actually attack a weakened B bomb site, maybe with 1 or 2 players. So there's lots of, like, there's a structure here that Cloud9 have that I think Dig didn't have quite as nailed down. That should benefit Cloud9 here, but maybe Dig are a lot stronger on their CT side. So you know, we'll see how that pans out.
This won't be a great round for Dig. Freiburg on the M4A4, and the rest of them on pistols. And again, initial smokes are there. Things been pretty slow at the beginning of these rounds on Vertigo, but apart from the first frag, which has often been a T being taken out, but of course, echoing Dig players will be more vulnerable here. There's Freiburg with the M4. Now, does he choose to try and rotate the M4? He's the only person towards the B bomb site, but gambles sometimes have to be made. Exist seems to have a really nice angle to catch somebody off guard. JT is taken out. He might be able to fall back as well with the cover from Guardian. And once again, Dan, their strongest rounds might be these eco rounds.
Yeah, it seems consistent, doesn't it? Cloud9 don't seem to have their anti-ecos down at all in this series across these various maps. It's always recoverable though if they can get the control of the bomb, which MTM will grab right now. That bomb is back on his back as they look to find the next bomb site to move towards. But Freiburg is ready to defend against the attack. If he dies, that's the round open, wide open. There's a smoke they have to push. When that smoke's dropped, can they get the kill? Yes, they can. The round's back on for Cloud9.
Yeah, they turn these situations around. OC, if he dares, has full grenades, deploying the Molotov first. He's got a smoke as well. MOTM starting to push up. That smoke would really kill time, but Forrest has an angle. Oh no, he's fallen off. That's given a sound cue. That could have been a kill. That could be a fatal mistake. HG grenade will be eaten by OC, but there are the 2 frags which turn things around once again. That brutal error from Forrest. Not only did he lose position, but sound cue as well. Guardian going for it. They'll face at the same time, and it's 12-9 for Cloud9.
Yeah, really nice team play there. You gotta give it to Cloud9 that the team play in that position was nice to watch. Just the way that they peaked these positions together and took the pressure off each other. Some opening kills there with those pistols, creating problems. OC is having a great game, by the way. 22 for 11. He's just the standout on the server. Exist is the standout for Dig with 19 and 13. JT looking for fast position towards side alley. I don't know if he feels brave enough to jump up there though. He's going to just chill. There's 3-man set up on the B bomb site, the A bomb site. There's not too much for Dig to do, but to wait for the push to come in at this stage. Cloud9 will make their way forwards, 1 grenade at a time. Clear that close peek. Can flash JT in, or he's just going to go for a swing.
Can they win another eco? I think it's as nice as Cloud9's in that position. Went for the swing instead. OC creeping with the Krieg. He delays it. Sonic trying to keep the CTs honest, and he's doing a good job of it. They're being dealt with one by one. Get right, still showing some presence. They're lining up for OC. He'll take 2 at once. Could be the end of the line here for Dig, I wonder. Again, unusual circumstances for all concerned. But the lack of their starting 5 causing some problems here. Freiburg alone now with that Deagle Blaze. Cloud9 have him surrounded. Look at the radar. The bomb's being planted alone on the bomb site while they chase him. He has a Deagle and nothing else, but they will chase him anyway. Sonic looks ready. Very nice response there. 13-9.
Yeah, that was a really good anti-eco from Cloud9. You can see they took the A ramp control And it's hard for the CTs to contest that with pistols. The grenades got them into position, into a spot where they can start to take fights, which is somewhat favorable. And then from there on out, it's pretty easy. So that was a way better anti-eco than the previous ones we've seen from Cloud9. But Digger back on the buy. We're going to see that AWP in play on Forest. He's had enough of their Cloud9 nonsense. Oh dear, Freiberg's going to get owned, but the trade's there from Forest. Well done by him. That's such a critical kill.
Yes, it is. So this is going to be a giant fight on the A-bomb side. We've got the exchanges. Guardian's in a good position to spray through the smoke. JT's taken out, and the bomb has to scurry away. We've got a 3 versus 2 in favor of Dignitas here. But again, I feel like the numbers, once the bomb's been planted, the numbers haven't really mattered for Dig. Cloud9 have always turned it around. Oh, nice him to obscure his vision at the wrong time, but he manages to escape and charge towards the B bomb site.
That's actually pretty epic because this forward position is going to help. I mean, they really care about dealing with Forest. He's going to take down OC. Great stuff from Forest so far. There's one more to go. Where is MOTM? He's creeping around. He's going to get spotted, but he's going to take down Exist. He's got a high position. Looks like he's playing Apex Legends there, climbing up the walls to try to deal with his opponents. Oh, he's playing. Oh, well, no, he's run out of bullets. Oh, Forest is going to find the clutch there. That is so unfortunate for MOTM. You got to credit MOTM's focus, though. He was ready. He knew everything that was happening.
Excellent effort towards the end. Excellent effort. That was really fun to watch. And look how hard that round was to win for Dig, as I said before. I mean, there was no plant there, but in the late game, the numbers haven't really mattered on many occasions where they've had the advantages and they've just slipped away immediately. And even there, they were ready. It was awkward, though. Vertigo is an awkward map. 5 Kriegs on deck now for Cloud9. How can Dig stop those? They have been a problem for CT side. The MP9 for Freiberg now. Can't peek B like he was.
Oh!
All the way down. Goodbye, Guardian.
Let's not talk about that one.
Well, then there were 4. Things go from bad to worse for Dig. Three-man on road, moving towards A for C9, and there's nobody there. Gambles have to be made. Mistakes were made, now gambles have to be made. Oh god, that's got to be really frustrating. You know, you're in a game like this, it's so hard. Off the side you go.
Oh dear. Pressure continues towards the A-bomb side. This is the same setup that we saw previously. This time, actually, we'll see if Floppy takes some initiative towards that B side, going deep, looking for kills, looking for the 1v1. Look at the presence here. 2 CTs on the side itself. Cloud9, though, they are going to abandon position towards the B, but the A-bomb side as well. So they're actually going to be helping Floppy out here. Floppy wasn't able to get that forward position, though, that he wanted. So maybe there's a good chance here for Dig to actually recover this situation, because it doesn't look like they're favorable right now, at least. Especially as the nades start to come in and block off vision.
15 seconds to get the bomb planted. We've got to clear the site, though. That'll certainly help. There are angles to be had. Look at the cover from OC. A wonderful job. And again, the numbers are cut to pieces, leaving Forest alone in a 1 versus 3. He'll turn around and give up on this one, I think. AWP, no just the AWP, actually. No help, that's for sure. Cloud9 moves to 14. Very difficult game. So strange how quiet it is.
Yeah.
Compared to, like...
Vertigo's a weird map, man.
Yeah.
Especially with teams that, let's say, it may not be the main focus in their map pool, but it's kind of just like, it's kind of in there. It's like, okay, well, if we have to play it, we kind of can. We're happy to do that, but we'd rather play these other 2 or 3 maps if we, you know, in a perfect world.
So 14, there you go. Cloud9, 2 rounds away from a solid 2-0 versus Dig. Definitely look like the stronger team from start to finish here so far. As they should, considering Dig don't have their full team, of course. But here we go again, Forest with the AWP. And that might be based on position that they're playing, not wanting to mess things up too much, especially because they need to communicate together, and 4 of them are communicating in Swedish. So there's a lot of reasons why he might have AWP here over Guardian. Although I'm sure they'd love to if the money was there.
For us looking to catch anybody coming out of middle. Obviously there's someone in the ladder room there to... I'm sure there'd be a flashbang that would come through. It can't be a dry peek indeed. There's a flashbang and Forrest would get absolutely...
You see how there are 3 Ts ready to do with anything that happens there?
Yep.
Not just one guy, but 3 ready to trade immediately. They're using the numbers game very, very well, Cloud9 on the T side. Now we've got a dry peek from Dig. Good for one, and swing to look to get more, but Dignitas is alone now. Very, very desperate times here for Dig.
That's one of those qualities of Cloud9 that when we first watched ATK, I was like, this team's going to this team's going to go pretty far, because one of the fundamentals that they had on their T sides on any map is what you're talking about, James. They're great spacing and they play the trade game, and it's just a really simple fundamental. And if you don't have a team that's strategically or tactically that deep, as long as you have that basic, that fundamental in play, and really well oiled, you're going to do pretty well. It's just a fundamental aspect of being on the T side is trading kills for position. Okay. 3-man effort for the defense of the A ramp for Dig. They're on their last legs. Let's not forget, if you're just joining us, Cloud9 were able to win the first map 16-11 on Train. And the third map, if we need it, is going to be Inferno. That's what Dig are fighting for. Force it to Inferno. And Cloud9 once again they've taken control of middle.
OC eats an HE grenade. MTM looking to abuse with the Greek. He'll take that duel, just waiting for those bullets to run out. Big presence from Cloud9 in the mid. Guardian's pretty low now, 6 HP with a scout. Exists on 44. After the exchanges, things get a bit quieter. 2 Deagles in the hands of Dig. What is the intention now from Cloud9? 40 seconds. What's left? JT holding angles while his teammates join him quietly. Bomb is quietly deployed. And it will be a sudden burst. There are some flashes. OC's got the majority of the grenades being deployed now. There's 2-man on road. They're ready to trade again. They're playing the buddy system, and it's working very well.
Sonic will protect JT as he plants. That's all 2 others. They've got everybody on board here for this one. This will be an incredibly difficult retake. Now they've smoke grenades on the ground, because this was carrying it. That's the only piece of utility that Dig have to offer up on this retake. And they're just getting pulled apart limb by limb. Guardian is the last one doing some damage here, unless something comes from Freiberg. He's got that Eagle, and he can't do anything with it. 16-10, Cloud9 have... Well, they swept their opponent's Dig in 2 maps. We all thought it would go to 3. But Dig they weren't good enough today. Yeah, no, Cloud9 were... yeah, no, I really hate when I say that. Cloud9 were really in control, I think, on both maps for most of it. I mean, there was a brief run on Train for Cloud9, but certainly on Vertigo, they were always in control. I think they showed a great example on the T side of just using the numbers together. Even when the first guy got won the entry, just the fact that they had 2 or 3 people there to just overwhelm whatever situation was there, they abused the T side very well, as you should, and I think they exploited the advantages more than Cloud9 did on their T side. I mean, than Dig did. So. Yeah, it's very true. I think one thing that's it's one caveat always here is that there's a stand-in situation, and although Forrest was saying that switching, they met all the languages to try to fine-tune the communication. They found out speaking Swedish was actually the best because of Guardian's understanding of Norwegian. It's still a rough one, James. It's still pretty rough. It is indeed, and maybe we'll see more thoughts from the guys over at the blind spot. But first, we're going to head to a break. In a few minutes, there'll be plenty more chatter. We'll see you soon.